The galaxy ignored Earth's silence. Another attack will bring total annihilation. Earth had been quiet for a very long time. For decades, no ships traveled beyond the solar system, no messages were sent to the Galactic Council, and no one on Earth tried to make contact with alien civilizations. People had grown used to their peaceful life. Cities thrived, technology improved, and humans focused on their planet. Yet, beyond the solar system, many races in the galaxy believed that humanity had become weak, slow, and unimportant. Commander Alex Harper sat alone in his office, staring at the large dark screens that filled the walls. He was an older man now, but in his youth he had commanded some of Earth's first interstellar ships. His eyes were sharp, and his mind was always moving. He remembered the old days when humans faced alien threats directly, when courage and quick thinking saved entire fleets. He could sense that those days were coming again, though he did not yet know how close the danger was. In a hidden lab under the mountains of Colorado, scientists Mia Thompson and Ethan Clark worked together at glowing consoles. Their screens showed the signals from deep space, messages sent by alien civilizations that humans had never truly understood. They had been analyzing these signals for months. Most of the messages were just noise, meaningless patterns. But one recent signal stood out. It had structure. It had intention. "Ethan, look at this," Mia said, pointing at the screen. "I think this is directed at us. Someone out there is watching." Ethan leaned closer, adjusting the scanner. "It is too organized to be random. But they're not just observing. It's a message, and it's mocking." The screen flickered and a clear, harsh text appeared. "If you cannot speak, you are nothing. Do not bother us again." She looked at Ethan. "They are calling us weak. They think Earth is dead, silent, useless." Alex Harper's office received an alert at the same time. His secure phone buzzed, and the message appeared on his screen. He read it carefully. The message was from the Galactic Council, the group of alien leaders who monitored the known universe. For decades, humans had avoided contact with the Council, choosing silence over interaction. They had hoped the galaxy would not notice them. But the Council had noticed, and now it had insulted them openly. Alex's hands tightened into fists. "They think we are nothing," he muttered to himself. "They are wrong." Leaders from across the world gathered in emergency meetings. President Linda Brooks, a calm and strong woman, addressed them. "The galaxy has mocked us. For decades we chose silence. And now they believe we are weak. This is a dangerous mistake on their part. We must prepare, but carefully. We cannot fight them head-on yet. We need a plan." The news spread quickly. Citizens around the world felt the tension. People remembered old stories of wars and battles. They remembered how humans had survived before, when the odds were impossible. Now, they knew that they might face such a test again. Families held their children close. Streets that had been full of laughter and music now had a quiet, nervous energy. Meanwhile, satellites orbiting Earth detected movement near the outer edges of the solar system. Massive ships glided silently, watching, scanning, waiting. The aliens assumed Earth was defenseless. They thought the humans would remain afraid and do nothing. They did not know the truth. At the same time, a team of engineers and military experts gathered in secret. Ryan Foster, a young engineer with bright ideas, stood at a table covered with blueprints. He spread his hands over designs for small, fast spacecraft that could move at speeds no alien ship expected. He explained to the others, "These ships are not big, but they are precise. They can strike where it hurts and disappear before the enemy can respond. Clara Benson, a tactical analyst, studied maps of alien fleets. They are overconfident. They think we cannot challenge them. That is our advantage. We need to learn everything about them, how they move, how they communicate, where they are weak. The work continued day and night. Humans could not rely on large fleets because the aliens had far more ships and weapons. But humans had something the galaxy often ignored: creativity, courage, and a willingness to take risks that others would never consider. The world was preparing quietly. Military bases increased their activity, but nothing was announced publicly. Civilians were trained in emergency drills. Communication lines were secretly hardened to resist attacks. Scientists experimented with weapons that could strike without warning. Everyone had a role. Everyone knew that the safety of humanity depended on preparation, intelligence, and courage. Despite all the tension, life continued in small ways. Children played in parks, unaware of the danger. Shops opened and closed. People worked, cooked, and slept. The surface of Earth appeared normal, peaceful, and calm. But beneath this calm, the planet was a fortress. Alex Harper called a meeting with the most trusted officers. We need to understand the Council and their motives. Why do they think we are weak? Why do they dare to insult us? Ethan Clark replied, "They believe in power and fear. They never saw humans as capable of strategy beyond simple war. They do not understand how we think. That is our strength." Mia Thompson added, "If we can keep them off balance, confuse them, and strike when they least expect it, we can survive. We can make them respect us." Alex nodded slowly. "Then that is what we will do. Earth will not beg for respect. Earth will earn it." Meanwhile, across the world, President Brooks addressed the global leaders again. "We will not announce our plans. Humanity will prepare in silence. We do not seek war, but we will defend ourselves. The Council believes we are weak. They are about to learn that silence can hide power." The alien message had done what it intended. It had provoked humans, but it had also underestimated them. The galaxy thought it was speaking to silence, to inaction. Instead, it spoke to determination, to intelligence, and to the courage that humans had shown since the first days of space travel. At the hidden labs, Ryan Foster worked on the engines that would power the new ships. "If they think size and firepower win, they are wrong. Speed, precision, and timing will be our weapons," he said. Clara Benson studied alien patterns on the screens. They rely too much on communication between their ships. Beyond. If we can disrupt that, we can divide and conquer. Alex Harper gathered his strike team, a small group of pilots and officers who had once served in space missions. "We are the first line of defense," he told them, "not because we are the biggest, but because we are the smartest. The galaxy will see that humans are not what they think we are." Across the world, ordinary people noticed subtle changes. Soldiers marched through cities, emergency drills increased, and engineers worked tirelessly. Yet, life seemed normal. Humans were learning to hide power behind ordinary appearances. President Brooks stood at her office window, looking at the stars. She knew the galaxy was watching. She knew they thought Earth would not respond. But the Council would be wrong. Humanity had survived disasters before, had beaten the odds, and now would do so again. Deep in space, alien ships continued their silent observation. They had no idea that Earth was already preparing, that humans were already working on technology and strategy that the galaxy had never seen. The silence of Earth was not fear. It was patience. It was waiting. It was planning. And in the quiet, the people of Earth prepared for the storm that was coming. No one on Earth knew exactly when the first strike would happen. They did not know if it would come tomorrow, next month, or next year. But one thing was certain: humanity would not be caught unprepared. Humans had waited silently for too long. The galaxy had ignored them. That would not happen again. Commander Alex Harper looked at the stars late at night. "They think we are weak," he whispered. "They think silence is surrender. They are wrong. They are about to learn that humans are not silent, and we are not weak." The first part of the story ends with the world preparing in secret, hidden from the eyes of the galaxy. Humans were small, but clever. The galaxy had underestimated them. Silence had been their shield, and now it would become their weapon. The quiet before the storm stretched over Earth, but it was not fear. It was calm determination. Humans would survive. Humans would fight. And when the time came, the galaxy would learn to respect Earth. Earth moved in secret. While the galaxy believed humans were weak and quiet, scientists, engineers, and soldiers worked day and night to prepare for the threat that was slowly moving toward the solar system. The people of Earth were determined to defend themselves, but they had to do it in silence. The whole world became a hidden fortress. In Colorado, at a deep underground lab, Mia Thompson and Ethan Clark were working on a new kind of weapon. "We cannot match their fleet in size," Mia said, adjusting the controls of a simulation device. "But if we hit the right points, we can cripple them before they even know what happened." Ethan nodded. "We need to think like them. They rely on communication and coordination. If we disrupt that, even a few small ships can take down large numbers of their vessels." In the same lab, Ryan Foster was finishing the engines for the first of the new experimental spacecraft. These ships were small and fast, almost invisible in the darkness of space. Each one could carry advanced weapons, but their true power was in speed and precision. Ryan watched as the final components clicked into place. "They will never see us coming," he whispered. Meanwhile, Commander Alex Harper held daily meetings with the strike team, a small group of highly trained pilots and officers. They practiced maneuvers over and over again in virtual simulations, learning to react quickly and work as a single unit. Among the team was Liam Carter, a pilot known for his sharp instincts, and Sophie Miller, a young officer with a brilliant mind for strategy. "We may be few," Alex told them, "but we are clever. The galaxy thinks numbers decide a fight. They are wrong. Humans survive because we adapt. We survive because we think." Across the ocean, President Linda Brooks watched the preparations from her secure command center. Every move was coordinated through hidden channels. She met with top scientists and military leaders, making sure that Earth was ready for every possible scenario. "We must not reveal our strength," she reminded them. "If they know how ready we are, they may strike sooner. Silence is still our best weapon." On the streets of major cities, ordinary people also played a role. Emergency drills became a routine, and volunteers learned basic defense and first aid. Civilians were not just bystanders, they were part of the preparation. Teachers, workers, and engineers joined the effort, building a network of support that could survive even the most extreme attacks. In a lab beneath New York, Clara Benson analyzed the movements of alien ships. "They are very organized," she explained. "Every ship moves with precision, but they are predictable in their patterns. If we time our strikes correctly, we can make them believe they are losing control, even if we do not destroy all of them." Alex Harper and Clara Benson spent hours discussing strategy. They created maps showing where alien fleets might travel, where they could be intercepted, and where humans could gain the upper hand. Every plan was designed to maximize efficiency and minimize risk. Ryan Foster was busy testing the new engines. Each spacecraft could accelerate faster than any alien ship, twist and turn in ways the larger vessels could not, and vanish from sight in seconds. The designs were based on human ingenuity and careful observation. The engines hummed quietly as the first ship rolled out of the hangar. "This is our edge," Ryan said. "We cannot outgun them, but we can outthink them." Alex Harper called the strike team to test the ships in simulated space combat. Liam Carter grinned as he climbed into the cockpit. "Finally, something faster than the aliens," he said. Sophie Miller checked the targeting systems. "Precision will matter more than power," she reminded him. "One correct strike can make a whole fleet panic." The simulations ran for hours. Pilots practiced silent approaches, hit-and-run attacks, and coordinated maneuvers. Each exercise taught them how to anticipate alien reactions and how to adapt instantly. They learned to communicate without signals, using only coded gestures and timing. While humans trained, they also studied alien technology. Ethan Clark analyzed samples and data from past encounters. "Their ships are powerful," he said, "but they rely on centralized systems. If we disrupt one part, the whole fleet can fall into confusion. Humans do not need to destroy them all. We just need to make them vulnerable." She created drones that could move undetected and disable key alien systems. "We need to hit them without warning," she explained. "They will never expect a quiet strike from small drones and fast ships. Our enemies do not respect patience. We will teach them respect." Across the world, the efforts continued. In Tokyo, London, and Paris, secret labs and training centers worked quietly, coordinating with Earth's command. The world had become a network of preparation, linked by technology and human determination. On a clear night, Alex Harper stood outside, looking at the stars. He thought about the aliens, assuming Earth would do nothing. He imagined their fleets, massive and confident, preparing to intimidate humans with their power. They did not know what awaited them. They did not know that every ship, every weapon, every human was ready to defend their home. President Brooks joined him silently. "Do you think we are ready?" she asked. Alex smiled faintly. "We are always ready, Linda. Humans adapt. We survive. And when the time comes, we will show the galaxy what Earth can do." In the outer edges of the solar system, alien scouts moved carefully. They had not detected the new human ships yet. They believed Earth would remain quiet, passive, and easily dominated. Their commanders discussed plans with arrogance, assuming victory before any battle began. Back on Earth, the first ships were launched in simulations. Liam Carter and Sophie Miller flew together in a test run. The small craft moved with speed and precision, disappearing from the simulation sensors and then striking targets in unexpected places. "This is how we will fight," Liam said. "They will never see us coming." Sophie nodded. "And if we succeed, Earth will no longer be ignored. The galaxy will learn that humans are clever, quick, and dangerous when provoked." The strike team continued training, growing more confident with each run. Engineers like Ryan Foster improved the designs, adding stealth features and speed boosters. Scientists like Mia Thompson and Ethan Clark refined the weapons, making them more effective against alien technology. Clara Benson developed strategies that predicted alien movements and weaknesses. Even the civilians learned to help. Emergency drills, communication networks, and support systems ensured that the human population would survive and remain functional, even if parts of the planet were attacked. Humanity was not preparing to hide. They were preparing to fight and endure. Weeks passed and the humans grew stronger, faster, and smarter. Alex Harper watched the training and preparation with pride. "We cannot let arrogance blind us," he said to his officers. "The aliens believe we are weak, but they do not understand patience and intelligence. Every human has a role. Every move counts. And when we strike with precision and unity." The final step in their preparation was secrecy. The world remained outwardly calm. Children played in parks. Streets were full of normal life, and nothing hinted at the storm building beneath the surface. Only the hidden command centers, labs, and training facilities knew the truth. President Brooks addressed the top leaders one last time before the strike team's final training run. "We do not want war," she said, "but we will not be mocked. The galaxy believes silence is surrender. They are wrong. When the time comes, humans will act, and Earth will not be ignored again." At night, Alex Harper stood again under the stars, watching the faint lights of satellites and Earth's hidden ships moving in secret orbits. He felt a strange calm. Humans were ready, not through strength alone, but through intelligence, courage, and unity. The galaxy believed Earth was quiet, weak, and unprepared. Soon, they would see a very different truth. Deep in space, alien ships continued their slow advance. They assumed they had nothing to fear. They had underestimated humanity. They did not know that every small ship, every hidden weapon, and every human mind was preparing to respond. They did not know that silence could hide strength far greater than numbers or firepower. And on Earth, humanity waited quietly, waiting for the moment to show the galaxy that underestimating humans was the greatest mistake any civilization could make. The storm had not yet begun, but every human, from Alex Harper to the youngest recruit, knew one thing clearly. When the time came, Earth would not beg for respect. Earth would earn it, and the galaxy would never forget it. The first signs of the alien fleet appeared at the edge of Saturn's orbit. Massive ships moved slowly, like predators circling their prey. They assumed Earth would remain passive, just as the Council had predicted. They did not know that humans had prepared in silence for months. They did not know that a small fleet of fast, hidden ships waited in the shadows, ready to strike. Commander Alex Harper stood on the bridge of the Central Command ship, a small but heavily shielded craft that coordinated the human fleet. Around him, the strike team prepared their ships for the first battle. Liam Carter tightened his harness in the cockpit, while Sophie Miller checked her targeting system one last time. Every pilot knew that this was the moment that could decide the survival of humanity. "Stay calm," Alex said, his voice steady. "They think they are superior because they are large and numerous. They do not understand precision, patience, or human ingenuity. Remember, we are not fighting to destroy them all. We are fighting to show them that Earth is not weak." In the underground lab, Mia Thompson and Ethan Clark monitored the alien ship's movements on large screens. "They are confident," Mia said, frowning. "Their formation is tight but predictable. If we disrupt their communication, their fleet will be chaos in minutes." Ethan nodded. "Exactly. All we need is a few key strikes in the right places. The rest will follow naturally." Ryan Foster checked the engines of the fastest ships one last time. The small vessels had been designed for this exact moment. Each ship could accelerate and maneuver far beyond what the alien fleet expected. He looked at the pilots with quiet confidence. "They will never see you coming. Hit hard, disappear, and repeat." The human fleet waited silently behind Saturn's rings. The alien fleet moved slowly, unaware of the trap. The massive ships were powerful and intimidating, their weapons capable of destroying entire cities. But humans did not rely on size. They relied on speed, intelligence, and precision. Suddenly, the first human ships launched. They darted out from behind Saturn's icy rings, invisible until they were almost on top of the alien vessels. Liam Carter's ship moved like a shadow, weaving between massive weapons and launching a small, high-powered missile at a key energy generator on an alien ship. The explosion was precise and devastating, disabling part of the vessel's shield. Sophie Miller followed closely behind, targeting another alien ship's communication hub. The strike was perfect. The alien fleet began to lose coordination. Signals between ships failed, and confusion spread. The commanders could not understand what was happening. They had assumed Earth would be passive, but now they faced unexpected resistance. Alex Harper guided the human fleet with calm authority. Keep moving. Hit the generators, the communications, and the engines. Make them panic. Do not stop. Their weapons fired, but the human ships were too fast. Every strike was precise. Every maneuver calculated. Humans used the environment to their advantage, hiding behind asteroids, Saturn's rings, and even the shadows of their own ships. In the underground lab, Mia and Ethan monitored the battle. "They're doing it," Mia said, eyes wide. "They are small, but each strike is crippling. Look at the chaos." The aliens did not expect this. Ethan nodded. They underestimate humans at their own risk. Precision and strategy win over size and confidence. On the bridge, Alex Harper watched as his pilots executed perfect maneuvers. Liam hit the left flank generator. Sophie, target the rear engines. Timing is everything. Liam Carter accelerated his ship, weaving between laser fire and hit the target. Sparks flew from the alien vessel and its shields flickered. Sophie Miller's strike followed perfectly. Engines failed and the massive ship began drifting uncontrollably. The alien commanders were stunned. Their fleet, once coordinated and confident, was now in confusion. The humans did not stop. Small ships darted in and out, striking at key points, then vanishing into the darkness. Drones, designed by Mia Thompson, moved unseen, disabling weapons and sensors. The alien fleet had never encountered this kind of warfare. They had relied on power, size, and fear. Humans used speed, intelligence, and precision. Alex Harper smiled. "Do not let them recover. Keep the pressure. Show them that Earth is not weak." The alien commanders struggled to regain control. Orders were shouted, signals sent, but the communication systems were disrupted. Ships collided, weapons misfired, and confusion spread throughout their formation. The human fleet, though small, was now in complete control of the battlefield. "Look at that," Liam Carter said, amazed. "They are panicking. They cannot understand what is happening." Sophie Miller nodded. "It is perfect. The longer we keep them in confusion, the stronger our advantage becomes." The battle continued for hours. Human ships moved like shadows, striking key points and then disappearing. Alien ships, massive and powerful, could not react quickly enough. Every strike weakened their fleet, reduced their coordination, and increased their panic. In the underground lab, Ryan Foster watched with satisfaction as his designs proved their worth. "It works," he said quietly. "Our ships are too fast, our strikes are too precise. They cannot stop us." Mia Thompson added, "And it is not just technology. It is strategy, timing, human creativity. They underestimated us because they assumed we were predictable. But humans adapt. Humans think." Alex Harper knew the battle was not over, but victory was within reach. Prepare for the final phase, he ordered. Focus on their command ships. If we can disable their leaders, the rest will surrender or flee. Liam and Sophie followed the plan. Their small ships moved quickly toward the alien command vessels. The massive ships fired their largest weapons, but the human ships dodged effortlessly, using speed and terrain to their advantage. The first strike hit the central command ship's power core. The explosion was contained but devastating. Shields failed, weapons went offline, and the ship drifted helplessly. The alien commanders tried to issue orders, but the signals did not reach all the ships. Chaos spread like wildfire. "Excellent," Alex Harper said. "Keep going. Do not let them regroup." One by one, human ships targeted the remaining command vessels. Each strike was precise, calculated, and devastating. The alien fleet, once confident and terrifying, was now a disorganized and panicked group. On Earth, President Linda Brooks watched the reports with cautious pride. "They did it," she whispered. "Humans are fighting back. They are showing the galaxy that we are not weak." In the battle, human ships continued to strike, weaving in and out of enemy fire. Liam Carter hit the final energy generator on the last command ship. Sparks and fire erupted across the vessel. It was no longer functional. The alien fleet had no leader. Their coordination collapsed completely. Sophie Miller fired the last set of missiles, targeting the rear engines of a powerful alien battleship. It drifted helplessly, unable to move. Panic and confusion spread throughout the fleet. Alex Harper surveyed the battlefield. Human ships were small and fast, but every strike had been perfect. Every move calculated. The alien fleet, once a terrifying force, was now in retreat. Some ships fled, some surrendered, and many drifted, damaged and useless. The first strike of humanity had succeeded. Earth was no longer passive. The galaxy would now know that humans were clever, precise, and dangerous when provoked. In the underground lab, Mia Thompson and Ethan Clark smiled at each other. "We did it," Mia said. "They thought silence meant weakness. We showed them strength." Ryan Foster leaned back in his chair, exhausted but proud. "Our designs worked. Our ships worked. Our people worked. Humans are not to be ignored." Alex Harper addressed his strike team. "Today, we proved something important. Not just that we can fight. Not just that we can survive. We prove that humans are clever, adaptable, and brave." The galaxy assumed silence meant surrender. They were wrong. Liam Carter grinned, exhausted but exhilarated. "They will think twice before attacking Earth again." Sophie Miller nodded. "And if they do not, we will be ready. We have learned, and we have prepared. Humans will not be ignored." President Brooks sent a secure message to the world's leaders. "Humanity has struck for the first time. Our defense is strong, our strategy is clear, and our resolve is unshakable. The galaxy will remember that Earth is not passive. The next step is caution for others, and preparation for us." The alien fleet retreated from the solar system, confused, damaged, and humiliated. They had expected a silent planet, easily dominated. They found a planet ready to defend itself, clever and precise, striking from the shadows. On Earth, the people celebrated quietly, not with loud parades, but with quiet pride. They had defended their home. They had shown the galaxy that humans were not weak. And most importantly, they had shown that silence could hide deadly strength. Alex Harper stood once more under the stars, looking at the distant point where the alien fleet had disappeared. "They underestimated us," he said quietly. "They will not do it again." And if they return, humanity will be ready. We will never be ignored. The first battle was won, but the war was not over. Humans had shown the galaxy that they could strike, survive, and adapt. The silence that had protected Earth for decades had turned into power, and the universe would never look at humans the same way again. The alien fleet had retreated, but the galaxy was watching. Word of Earth's first strike spread quickly among the Council and the other civilizations. What had been assumed to be a quiet, weak, and passive planet was now known to be clever, precise, and deadly. Alien leaders had expected submission. Instead, they had found resistance and skill they had never seen before. President Linda Brooks gathered her council in the secure command center. Scientists, military leaders, and strategists filled the room. Alex Harper, Mia Thompson, Ethan Clark, Ryan Foster, and Clara Benson stood at the front. The strike team had returned safely, their ships battered but functional. Every human involved knew this was the moment to secure respect from the galaxy. "We cannot assume they will forget what we did," Alex Harper said, his voice calm but firm. "The Council will send diplomats. They will try to negotiate or intimidate us. We must show them that Earth does not beg for respect. Earth earns it." Mia Thompson added, "They may attempt another attack, but they now know that we are ready. They underestimated us once. They will not underestimate us again. Not if we continue to plan carefully." In the weeks after the battle, humans worked to strengthen Earth's defenses. Every weapon, ship, and system was upgraded. The strike team trained new pilots. Scientists experimented with drones, stealth technology, and electronic countermeasures. Humanity had not only survived, it had become stronger, faster, and smarter. Clara Benson analyzed alien behavior. They will think twice before attacking again. But we cannot be arrogant. They may try, and we must be prepared. The Council of the Galaxy sent emissaries to Earth. Their ships arrived at the edge of the solar system, careful not to trigger any human defenses. Diplomats disembarked in neutral orbit, hoping to communicate without provoking a second strike. They had underestimated humans, and now they were cautious. President Brooks addressed the Council in a secure chamber. "Earth does not seek war," she said. "But Earth will not be ignored. Another attack, another insult, will not be tolerated. Humanity has shown its strength, and we are prepared to defend ourselves. Respect us, or face the consequences." The alien diplomats were silent for a moment. They had expected to see fear, not calm determination. They had expected excuses, not confidence. They realized that Earth had changed and humanity had proven that silence could hide immense power. Meanwhile, across the solar system, scientists continued their work. Ryan Foster and his team built faster, more precise ships. Mia Thompson and Ethan Clark refined their weapon systems. Clara Benson studied alien strategies and developed new tactics. Humans were no longer just defending, they were preparing to ensure that no one would ever underestimate Earth again. Commander Alex Harper called his strike team together. "We have shown them what humans can do, but showing is not enough. We must always be ready. If the galaxy thinks we are passive again, they are wrong. We are always ready." Liam Carter and Sophie Miller trained new pilots, sharing their experience from the first strike. "Speed and precision beat size," Liam explained. "Think ahead, move fast, and strike at the right moment. Humans can win if we are clever." Sophie added, "We fight to protect Earth, not to conquer. But the galaxy must learn that we are not to be ignored. That is our strength." President Brooks addressed Earth's leaders and the public in a broadcast. "We have survived an attack. We have shown the galaxy that humanity is not weak. From this day forward, Earth will defend itself with intelligence, courage, and unity. The universe will respect us because we have earned it. And we will continue to prepare so that our children and their children will never face fear without hope. Across the globe, people celebrated quietly, not with fireworks, but with a sense of pride and determination. Children played, teachers taught, and workers continued their daily lives. But everyone understood that humanity had changed. Earth was no longer a passive planet. It was ready, it was united, and it was strong. In orbit above Earth, human ships patrolled silently. Drones moved in unseen patterns, keeping watch over the solar system. The galaxy knew that another attack would be met with deadly precision. The humans had transformed their silence into power, and their preparation into a shield no alien could ignore. The alien emissaries returned to the Council, reporting what had happened. The Council debated, realizing that Earth was no longer a planet to ignore. "They are clever," one alien said. "They struck without warning, using small ships and precision. Their power lies not in numbers, but in intelligence and courage." Another alien leader added, "We underestimated them." That was our mistake. Humans are dangerous, and we must respect them. Back on Earth, Alex Harper and the strike team watched the stars. "They will not attack again soon," he said. "But we cannot be careless. We must continue to prepare. The galaxy has learned our strength, but we must never rely on them forgetting. Preparation is our advantage, and it must remain so." Ian Thompson looked at him, nodding. "Humans survived because we adapted. We survived because we prepared. And we survived because we acted together. That is what the galaxy cannot take from us." Ethan Clark added, "Our first strike was decisive, but our unity and intelligence made it possible. That is what will keep Earth safe in the future." Ryan Foster smiled as he watched the new ships in orbit. "The galaxy may have power, but humans have ingenuity. That is what matters. That is what makes Earth strong." Clara Benson reviewed the battle reports. Every alien ship we disabled showed the value of patience, strategy, and courage. Humans will never be underestimated again. We have proven that silence can hide great strength. On the surface, President Brooks stood in front of a window, looking at Earth from above. "We have survived, and we have shown our power. The galaxy knows now that Earth cannot be ignored. And if anyone tries, they will face the full strength of humanity." The people of Earth returned to their daily lives, but with a new awareness. Teachers spoke of courage and unity. Children learned stories of the first strike. Families understood that preparation and intelligence were as important as strength. Humanity had faced the unknown and survived. Humanity had faced fear and turned it into determination. Alex Harper walked outside, feeling the wind on his face. He looked at the night sky, imagining distant stars and distant worlds. "We are ready," he said softly. "The galaxy has learned to respect Earth, but we will always prepare, always adapt, always defend. Humans do not beg for respect, they earn it." The galaxy had underestimated humans for too long. Silence had protected Earth, patience had shielded the planet, and intelligence had allowed humans to strike decisively. Now, the universe would never ignore humanity again. Deep in space, alien fleets adjusted their strategies, no longer confident in their ability to intimidate Earth. The Council debated cautiously, realizing that any attack on Earth would be met with calculated and deadly response. The galaxy had learned the hard lesson: Humans were clever, adaptable, and dangerous when provoked. On Earth, the strike team trained and prepared, ensuring that the next generation of humans would be ready for any challenge. Scientists continued to innovate. Engineers continued to build. Strategists continued to plan. Humanity had learned that survival depended on unity, preparation, and courage. The first strike had changed everything. The galaxy would remember that humans could fight, that humans could adapt, and that humans would not be ignored. The storm had passed, but Earth was ready for anything the universe might throw at it. Next, Alex Harper stood with the strike team, looking out at the stars. "We are small," he said, "but we are clever. We are not passive, and we are never weak. Humanity will survive. Humanity will endure. And humanity will be respected." President Brooks joined him, silent for a moment, looking at the horizon. "Earth has earned its place. The galaxy will not forget. We are no longer just a quiet planet. We are a strong planet, united, prepared, and ready." The humans of Earth had learned an important lesson. Strength is not only measured in numbers or weapons, strength is measured in courage, in intelligence, in patience, and in the willingness to act when the time is right. And now, the galaxy knew it. Humanity's silence had ended, but the respect it had earned was just beginning. The universe had seen Earth's strength, and it would remember it forever. Humanity had survived the first attack. Humanity had shown the galaxy that they were clever, brave, and unstoppable when united. The solar system was calm once more, but the humans of Earth were never passive again. They had learned the greatest lesson: never underestimate humanity. And as the stars glimmered in the night sky, humans looked outward, ready for whatever the universe might bring, knowing that Earth would survive, that humans would prevail, and that the galaxy would never ignore them again.